right, everyone, it's your boy Rome. Here we are today taking a look at the Zoom H6. So today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down exactly what comes in the box. We're going to take a look at all of the components one by one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to connect this to a smartphone, and we're going to make a phone call. That's what we're going to do. See, that's how easy it is. All right, let's get to it.
Thank you for downloading another Pod One Media podcast recorded in the great city of Houston.
Are you a small business owner or an influencer looking to up your marketing game? Are you seeking tips and strategies to build your brand? If the answer is yes, then this podcast is for you.
All right, guys, if you purchase this new, pretty much everything that you see that's in this box right now is what you're going to get when you first purchase your device. This is a really nice case to start with. Perfect for transporting it. It's a hard plastic case. I mean, it's not bulletproof or anything like that, but it'll definitely get the job done. I've had this case and this recorder since 2018, and I've not had one problem with it, not one. All right, let's get to it. So as I said before, one of the first things that you'll notice is you get these little wind muffs, and these, they're not the best, but when it comes to plosives, you know, P sounds, things like that, this can help you eliminate a lot of those if you're talking directly into the microphone. But if you're not, then it's probably not going to be that big of a deal for you. But you get it. It comes free. Then you get a mid-side microphone capsule. And what this does is it allows you to either record something that's directly in front of the microphone or on either side of it, or a combination of the two. Now, you'll find a lot of people who do different types of videos where they're playing with sound, audio, things like that. They want to use a microphone like this because it gives you that sense of depth. So if you're on this side of the microphone, it will play out that side of the speaker. The opposite side would do basically the same thing depending on how you edit your audio in post. So you get this, pretty cool. Then you have your... And these are really cool. What I love about these is that they have two different angles that you can use them at. So right now it's in the 90-degree configuration. Let you guys get a closer look at that. So that's within a 90-degree configuration, but you can turn these, you can rotate them. And when you rotate them, it puts them into a 120-degree recording pattern. So that's really unique. This is very good if you're recording something like a band or something on stage, or even if you're out at a local concert or something like that, this will be a good microphone for you. Now, what's really unique about this recorder, you can use it with or without these modules. But for what we're going to be doing today, we're definitely going to be needing this module specifically because this is the one that has the 3.5 input that you're going to need to connect to your phone. So let's put that to the side. So one of the other things that come in the case is going to be your USB cable. This is, I can't remember if this is USB-B. I don't know, it may be proprietary. I'll look it up and I'll leave it in the notes in the bottom of the video. But it's a very unique size for a USB plug. And I remember I lost this once and I couldn't find it. And then I realized that one of my old hard drives used the exact same cable. And then of course, after I started using that one, I found this one again. So, there you go. So let's just put that to the side because that we will not need. And honestly, we don't need this case anymore. So we're going to put that to the side. I'm sure you guys hearing a lot of rambling, but that happens. Okay, so starting out, you can connect up to 4 microphones to this unit. And you can also connect instruments because this is a dual combination for XLR or either TRS going straight into the recorder itself. And each one of the different ports where you can plug in a microphone or an instrument has its own audio pad. So you can adjust the audio up and down from there. Now, these modules also have the same thing. So you can adjust your audio levels from here. instead of having to dial into a menu and find the right menu and then try to figure out which one is going to be best. You can just listen through your headphones, and when you get it just where you want it, okay, I need it at 7 whatever, and you just leave it and record your whatever you're recording. So the other thing is this records directly to the device. So you're going to have an SD card. This one is only like a little 8 gig SD card, but trust me, you can get a lot from this. I mean, I have 36, 128, and some really large SD cards that I use for my cameras. But so far to this day, recording all day, I've never exceeded the limit of this card. So, but nothing can stop you. I mean, if you get a 16 gig or a 32 gig, no problem. It'll work. No problem whatsoever. And you'll find that every one of the ports will have some type of covering. And that's just to protect the little 10 pins, so that way you don't get dust in there or some kind of debris that could be a problem going forward. So like I said, I've had this thing for years and I've never had a problem with it. So on the side of these little modules, there are these 2 little buttons. You see one here and one here. And when you depress those, it causes the little legs to go in and out. You can put these on without depressing these, but I always do it. It's just kind of like a habit with me. So now that is locked in place, no problem, right? So to turn this unit on, you have a power button on the side. It says hold and power. So you just pull that down and it'll power up. So right now what we're seeing is it's picking up audio from the microphones here. So if I turn this closer toward me, you should see the levels start to go up just a little bit as I speak into it. And it's also picking up one of the channels that is still selected. So I'm going to deselect that because the only channels that we're concerned about right now, unless you're plugging a microphone into this, which we will be doing, you don't need the other channels to be lit up. So this module here is 1 and 2. It's a stereo mix. 1, 2, 3, 4 are these ports here on the side. So these will give you individual tracks for whatever audio you're recording, except for this one, which is going to be a stereo mix down of the 2. Okay, so let's get to it. So today we're just going to use, what phone shall we use? All right, so I have my Note 10 Plus, and we're just going to connect it, and then we're going to make a phone call. But before I can do that, I have to actually connect a microphone to this so that the person will be able to hear me and I'll be able to hear them, and also headphones. Now, if you were connecting this phone via one of these other inputs, you could use a TR to a TRRS cable, which would plug into here. It would look similar to, I'll throw it up on the screen, but it'll look similar to a guitar's pickup. And that would go in here. And then the other one would then plug into the phone. Now this phone here, the new phones don't have, they no longer have headphone jacks. So this is a USB phone. So this one requires a specific type of adapter for me to be able to still utilize the cable that's going to have to go inside of here. So,
excuse me, boss, you have a text message.
So I'm going to put this in airplane mode, or at least turn the sound off, because that's just going to drive me nuts. Okay, so I'm going to take the adapter that I have here connected to the CasterPro. And here's what the adapter looks like. And you can find these on Amazon for about, I don't know, $5, $10, something like that. Don't get the cheapest one that you can find, because, these little cables, they have a tendency of fraying inside, and then you get a lot of background noise and things like that. Trust me, you don't want that headache. And you won't realize it's going on until way after you've actually finished your recording. So try to avoid that as much as possible. And when it comes to the cable that you need to connect this cable right here is a TRS cable. What you really need is a TRRS, and that's this one. So this cable, let me see if I can unplug it and I'll bring it around. Okay. So this cable, the difference between the two is this cable is a lot like if you ever had an iPhone or when your phone did have a headphone jack. The plug here will have 3 little black rings, and then sometimes on the iPhones it'll be 3 little white rings, where this one only has 2. So in order for it to be able to give you a left and right channel and make calls and things like that, you need 3. So that's the one we're going to use. I just want you to see the difference so that way you don't wind up ordering the wrong cable, but I will leave a link to these cables in the show notes. So starting out, first thing you want to do is find your 3.5 port here on the side of the mixer, and you can just plug right into it. And it just goes right in there, no problem. Next, and I love these that have the right angle because then you can just plug it into things and it won't get in the way. But then you're going to plug this one into there, satisfying little snap. And then we're going to plug that into our phone. I'm going to take this module and get it out of the way since we're not using it. Okay, so technically, this is ready to record, but of course we need a microphone. And currently I'm using my microphone, which is the pod mic right now, and I'm recording into the CasterPro, as well as I'm having audio recorded into the Sony A7 III that's over here to my right. And coming soon, we will be doing an unboxing of the Rode Procaster microphone. We're getting a few of these in for our client work, and I wanted you guys to see the difference between this type of microphone versus the pod mic. But if you're doing a small podcast, trust me, man, the pod mic will get it done for you. No problem. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording on the Rode CasterPro. All right, guys, so now we have everything connected, and I'm going to adjust my levels just to make sure I'm not going to be blowing anything out. There we go. So I want to keep that right around somewhere between a -12 and a -6 dB. And we're going to do a quick test on the sound coming in from the phone just to make sure we're getting audio. So we want that to rest right about there at a -12. Great. All right. So let's make our phone call. Hopefully somebody will answer. Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Cool.
I can hear you perfectly clear.
So are you hearing any static?
No,
Are you hearing possibly any echoes of your own voice?
no.
Okay. Sounds good.
It sounds just like a regular phone call.
Great, great. Okay, that'll work. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So as you see there, you can easily enough make your recordings to your Zoom recorder through your phone, upload that, and produce your podcast. It's that simple. So you're going to need what? We need a couple of things. So you're going to need your Zoom recorder, or there are other recorders that you could do basically the same thing. You know, some by Sony, you have some by Tascam. There's a number of different recorders. This is just the one that I have at hand, so this is the one that I'm telling you about. So you're going to need the recorder. You're going to need a TRRS cable. You're going to need some way to make sure you can connect to your phone itself. So, and then if you're using a XLR microphone, then you're going to need an XLR cable. And you're going to, of course, need a microphone. So again, you don't have to spend a ton of money. You just want to spend just enough to get you started and down the road. Now, if you're not planning right away on having guests on your show, okay, perfect. So what you could do is you could buy your Zoom recorder and use this microphone and attach it to your Zoom recorder, put it on a little simple stand, and then record. you're good to go. You see that? My light went out. My dog knocked it over, unplugged it. Crazy. All right. Anyway, guys, I guess that's a sign to call it a wrap. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Until then, it's been your friend Rome. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with others that you think that may be interested in this content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm out.